Welcome back, everybody, to the Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast, episode 236. We will be talking about X97 again, episode 6 and 7.
Nice. I was hoping.
But I think more importantly, this is our post-Comic-Con show.
It is.
We did it. Yeah.
We did it. Not without casualties.
I'm super sick.
If he sounds weird to you, ladies and gentlemen, he is sick.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking one for the team, Ricky. Someone's got to do it all the time.
I can't I don't know where I would have gotten. I typically don't get sick at Comic-Con. Historically, I've only gotten sick maybe once or twice. So I'm having flashbacks to everything I touched, and I just don't know where I would have gotten it from.
It might have been from 135,000 people that were there.
I was outside for half a Comic-Con.
Okay. Half or one day?
More than a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you doing Thursday also?
I was out in the gas lamp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, how was your Comic-Con?
It was great. My producer Lindsay and I, we like to call this one a warm blanket Comic-Con. It just felt nice and cozy. It didn't.
People said it. I've heard the term down year thrown around a lot.
See, it's all about perspective, right? I thought it may have been a little subdued, but I appreciated the comforting nature of everything that I got from it. You know what I mean?
That would be a down year.
No, I don't think it has to be a down year. I just don't think it didn't have necessarily as many of the highs that I've seen before, but I also don't think it had any of the lows either. I had no lows.
You could say it was mid.
You could say that.
I'm taking what you're saying. You're saying you had no high and no low, so it's mid.
I found it very comforting. It's like mac and cheese. Do you consider mac and cheese mid?
It depends on the mac and cheese.
Okay, then there you go. Then we're just gonna agree to disagree.
All right.
I find mac and cheese most of the time to be fantastic. But no, I really liked it. Producer Lindsay did prep a slideshow. If you want, I can look through some of the highlights with you.
Run through it.
Okay, we can look at some of the stuff. I will say, you and I, we hung out quite a bit on the Sunday, the first day, preview day is what I'm going to say, Wednesday. And that was the loot that we got from day one. It was a lot.
Can't wait to rob your house.
I know, right?
It was favorite piece of loot?
I think it's the Invincible or the Skeletor, but the Skeletor is not pictured here because I had to get it later. But the one I do have in front of me is the Professor X. Because
he blast effects.
He has guns. So the crazy part is they made this for Comic-Con, and it came out the same day that the episode with the guns, spoiler, we're going to talk about that one later today. The Danger episode premiered on the first day of Comic-Con. So I thought that was cool.
Have there not been guns on it?
No.
Really?
Yeah,
I would always assume that it had guns.
No. Not in the cartoon. I've never seen it. I've never seen Professor X have guns on that chair. You'd always assume it should, right? But yeah, the guns appearing in the episode we'll be talking about later today. That was the first time on the show, and I thought it was really cool that they got the designs for that ahead of time and made a Comic-Con exclusive. I don't think it's the greatest Hasbro exclusive they've ever made. I think it was a down year for Hasbro exclusives for sure. But I do think that the Invincible and the Skeletor are probably the two
I do
best ones.
enjoy the Spider-Man a lot, and I regret getting rid of my other one. I had two of them because you kind of need two of them to do the thing. It comes with hands for both to do the thing.
You could just put the hands on a different Spider-Man.
It's not the same. It doesn't. It's not like the image is very specific.
Yeah, you can.
But the Invincible is amazing.
It is. It's a really good toy.
I
I
didn't
feel
realize
bad.
the hair came off until I was playing with it, and I was like, "Oh, this is."
And there's 4 different head sculpts and 4 different hairs.
Yeah, it's a solid
Yeah,
toy for that
it's
price.
crazy.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yes, it is really ridiculous. Let me get through the rest of these really quick.
Okay.
This was another highlight for me. Do you know who this is?
Yeah, I met him at my first Comic-Con.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter.
I have his G.I. Joe.
Cool. Yeah, he was at the G.I. Joe panel. He got inducted into the G.I. Joe Hall of Fame. He has been with the company for 40 years promoting G.I. Joe. So pretty cool. He was standing right next to me. It was pretty funny. We also went to the WWE Mattel panel. It's my first time ever at that panel. They brought out Danhausen, and he got to see 4 of his figures. It was really hilarious. He decided not to curse the staff at Mattel. I also absolutely need this toy when it comes out. It is the Liv Morgan and Chucky 2-pack coming in October. This is from a scene in, I think, season 2 of Chucky. I guess Liv Morgan was really, really into this show and or into just like Chucky in general. And she went on a podcast and said her dream would be to be killed by Chucky on screen. And so they brought her onto the show, and she got murdered by him.
She has herself on the show.
She, as herself on the show, got murdered. But I just love this because 1, it's Liv Morgan's a cool character, and 2, that is the first Chucky I've ever seen that's properly scaled to my toys. Normally they're a little bigger than that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Ray Ripley with a official, unofficial Art the Clown mask.
I agree. 100%. Also at the panel, AJ Lee and CM Punk were there, and they were presented with a 3-pack that includes their now dead dog, Larry. I think that was a shameless attempt to make these poor people cry. It succeeded, but it is a very adorable 3-pack for sure. Mr. Iguana was there. Awesome. And Rey Mysterio, super cool. Other stuff we saw, Big Bad Workshop has some awesome stuff coming down the pipeline. I did not get the best picture of them up there at the top, but the top shelf of that is a new line called NPCs, and it's all just characters that, like, actually you can see one on the bottom on the second shelf there. It's a housewife. It's just a straight up housewife. Actually, this whole second floor, a lot of them are NPCs also. It's just the characters that fill the scenes of your story. You know what I mean? There's like a news reporter, there's a cheerleader, there's like a housewife, there's soldiers, just like whatever you can think of. I just think that's so cool. Big Bad's also been cooking up like cops and crooks, and I just got the figures of the Tick in the mail from them. So I'm really impressed with a lot of stuff they're doing. It's pretty cool. This is the art gallery the day after you and I set it up. I've already sold a piece by that point. Or this is the art show is what I meant to say. Really cool. I'm very happy that I sold 3 pieces, but it's really cool to have this kind of experience where I can say, hey, I had art at Comic-Con. I sold art. There's Jim Bro Skeletor. Amazing. That toy's fantastic. I choose to ignore the complications associated with the actor who plays this character.
How do they handle the shorts on that figure? Are they molded or are they soft plastic?
They're a soft plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, right? Like so's the hoodie too. It's a soft plastic. So
it's cool. I'm curious to what the price of that thing does.
The price of that thing does?
Or yeah, what it does given today's
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. This is, by the way, also Tim Burton's Batman was there at Comic Con. Now it's actually a statue from Sideshow. Sideshow is back this year. That was really cool. They've been gone for a few years, right? Since COVID, I think.
Yeah, they had a much smaller
It's a much
booth.
smaller booth. They don't have the same presence for sure. They got to work their way back up to it, but it was nice. I always love having Sideshow there just to look at the crazy stuff that I'll never buy. Here's some more crazy stuff I'll never buy. More crazy stuff I'll never buy. Fantastic. That's a really cool Cyclops though, and Jubilee as well. The other cool thing I liked about their booth is they actually had a little competition. They had toys for you to play with. They want people to actually touch the hot toys and make them do stuff. So they had a posing challenge where you take any of the toys they had available. There's like 5 or 6 of them there, and you pose them and you tag them on Instagram, and you might win a prize. So this is the pose that Lindsay and I did with a Black Widow. It's pretty
Her
cool.
ankles showing.
I know, that's the toy, man. It was weird. It was weird to see that on there, but
Hot toys. I would love when I become stupid crazy rich to collect hot toys. They are nice figures, but they seem to have a shelf life, and they are crazy expensive, and they also do take up a ton of space.
I also don't think they pose very well.
It's a trade-off, right? You either get good posing or a good-looking toy.
Yes, that is the ultimate trade-off, or that's the ultimate dilemma for all toy collectors for sure. But this is a shot of my preferred type of toy. The Hasbro booth, you saw that display at the Marvel Legends, right?
Yep.
That was incredible. Like everything they did there. This is just a fraction of it, just showing off the scale of all the toys in their collections. It's pretty cool. Obviously, for me, the winner of Comic Con as far as toys go, it was a very toy centric Comic Con for sure. A lot of the studios kind of scaled back what they did in the floor. Comics are dying as well, as we know. So it was really like everybody was just trying to get their toys out there. You know what I mean? And I think Jada just knocked it out of the park with all the stuff they revealed. They revealed wave 2 and 3 of the Invincible line. Super cool. Thrag, Alan, and Adam Eve, all awesome looking characters. Also, the second wave or second figure, second season of Cyberpunk 2077. This character, I don't remember his name, but it is a child. It's a child toy, and it comes with a ton of different heads. And I am just super excited to have a super articulated figure of a child, because I always want to have children in my toy photography being rescued or running from Jared Leto or whatever, whatever it is, whatever it may be. Oh man, you are sick. It took you too long to laugh at that one. Sorry. Street Fighter Alpha 3, amazing looking figures. This is before they put up Sakura on the last day of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that picture. She looks fantastic as well. We went to the Toys That Made Us panel. This is the picture producer Lindsay wanted to share. They were doing a panel on like the blunders, like the toys that should not have been made, basically. And this is a transforming Punisher that turns into a gun, and you can manipulate it in such a way to get this partial transformation to happen. If you've never seen this toy before, it's quite hilarious.
It's a funny toy.
Yeah, good toy. We also went to the quick draw panel. It's amazing watching people draw in real time. It's become a tradition for us whenever we can get in. Luckily for us, the Toys That Made Us panel was before it, so we happened to get in and just stay in that room the whole time. We also went to the Cartoon Voices panel, at which point I met this man, John Allen. It was pretty crazy for me specifically because when he introduced himself on the panel, he explained, he was like listing his credits, and he said that he was the voice of Jarvis in Pain. Pain is a game that I worked on and where I met our good friend of the show, Travis Williams. Uh, I worked on Pain for about 4.5 years, according to Travis. I checked with him during the panel. We estimate, as I was the lead tester on this game, the QA lead, I estimated that I don't think any human being on this planet has heard this man's Jarvis more than I have. And I just thought it was really funny. So I went and chatted with him afterwards, and he had a blast talking with me. He started singing the Pain song, and the cool thing is I couldn't tell if it was a really genuine, connection or anything. But the next day, as we were leaving Comic Con, we ran into him again, and he just told me, he thanked me so much for having talking with him, and it just made his Comic Con to meet somebody else who knew that game. And I think that's kind of the magic of Comic Con. You never know who you're going to run into and what you're going to do. And then there's another picture from Sideshow that is a toy that Lindsay just really loved. She loved all the blood on the Vampirella figure. And that's a photo I took.
I've never seen that costume. It's an interesting costume.
It is an interesting costume.
Speaking of cool toys, are you still going?
I think this is the last one. I think Lindsay snuck this one in just recently. I think this was not on the original edit. She just wanted to show off more toys.
I feel bad for forgetting the booth, but they're the people that have the. I don't think they're 112, but they have the large Batmobiles, the Batwing, the really detailed Batman stuff. They were close to Jada.
Yeah.
But they had what looked like 112 Batman, Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne in the turtleneck and jeans, sitting at the back computer, right? And the back computer was real. Each monitor on this 112 back computer.
Did you take a picture of this?
I did. I don't have it I only have it on my phone.
No, you need to send me that picture because I did not see this.
Each monitor on this back computer is an actual screen.
That's cool.
That plays clips from the movie. I don't know if that translates well, but even those tiny ones down there are real working screens. And I was just sitting there at this booth. It's from Jazz Inc. Dioramas.
Okay.
I was mesmerized by this back computer that the screens were working.
Yeah.
I mean, but aside that, I mean, I feel like it was I had a pretty fun Comic-Con. It was a weird Comic-Con in the sense that everything went well for the most parts.
That's what I'm saying. There weren't any lows. I didn't have any lows.
Yeah, you know what I mean? we got everything that we wanted to get. I didn't chase things that felt like I needed to get.
Mm-hmm.
I did the whole Hall H thing. Saw all of the Hall H panels on Saturday. Got to be part of the Marvel panel. It was also fun that I had family come into town, and I got to play coordinator with them and my coworkers for the Hall H line. But they all got in, and then another friend stopped by on a Sunday, so I got to show him his first Comic-Con. For me, my litmus test for the con is by Sunday, if I'm ready to leave before it ends, I'm fulfilled, right? I leave on my own terms. I'm not being kicked out, or I'm not trying to grab a last minute thing.
I get what you say. I get what you're saying. Yeah, for us, I think we were pretty much there by the afternoon. We're because we had already finished the floor by Saturday. We had done all our panels that we wanted to do on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Sunday, we decided to do, why don't I do photography for the first half of the day? And that's what I did. I just went around taking nice pictures with my actual camera as opposed to my phone. But by the afternoon, we ran into Vince, we ran into Ray, we ran into some other friends. My friend, we ran into a bunch of people. And it was just more of that. It was more of hey, let's go say hi. Let's say hi to people because we got to leave, later today. But I don't have anything else I need to do at this point.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Highlights. I always enjoy the directors on directing panel. It got kind of weird when random Johnny Depp showed up in that panel as Ebenezer. Um, it was odd. Also, the Lucas Museum panel, they had another one this year. Man, I cannot wait for that place to open. That place is going to be incredible from what it sounds like. Um, a nugget that kind of got dropped there was they're going to have a room showing. They have two theaters in the museum showing programming. One is dedicated to more documentaries on people creating art, whatever that art may be, on like the cycle. And then another theater is showing just movies or shorts or whatever on a cycle as well. And as part of that cycle, they're going to show episodes of Star Wars Detours, the Seth Green show that got canceled decades
Oh,
ago by George Lucas, and because they're done and they're finished,
yeah.
and they're including them into that museum, and it's kind of
That's
neat
cool.
how you can watch that and then watch bespoke French movies and then cut right back to Star Wars fart jokes.
That's cool.
Um,
That's awesome.
but other than the Hall H craziness, we'll get into a little bit of the news, but pretty solid Comic Con. I can't wait for next year.
I
It
have a
was hot as
tiny,
fuck.
I have a tiny scoop for you.
What?
So I think the other reason Lindsay included that last picture of the wrestling toys is because we decided we were going to leave at 4:45 to get out of there early enough, on the last day, to beat the. So at around 4:35, we were like, well, what else do you want to do? I was like, how about we go look at the wrestling toys one more time? So we went to look at the wrestling toys, and it just so happened that the lead marketing guy or he might have been the designer, I'm not sure. He was at the Mattel panel. He was there, and he started chatting with us because we were the only ones really there, and he was asking us, about our preferences, and I was like quick to say, "Oh no, I don't collect these. This is not my thing. This is my wife's thing." And I completely support it. I love that she's finally collecting toys. And I said to him, just for your so I collect Marvel Legends and I collect a lot of other things in 1/12 scale. So, your toys, they're a little off scale for me, just a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I get it. I understand. He's like, but let me ask you this. Are you excited about the fact that we have a DC collection coming down the line? And I was like, I don't know. Should I be? Because they didn't reveal anything at Comic
Yeah.
Con this year, right? And he said, I know. We talked a lot about whether or not we were going to do anything here, and we just decided it wasn't the right time yet. But I started explaining to him, like that how much I love that Invincible toy because it scales perfectly with Marvel Legends. Like I love that Tick toy that just came out is going to scale perfectly. And I was just letting him know, like all we want to do is make all the toys play with each other, right? That's as a toy photographer, that's what we want to do. Like as a person who just likes collecting toys, and there's a certain level of articulation and a certain scale that we want to have shown. And he's like, listen, I totally understand. I'm a collector too, and I can't say anything definitive, but based on what you just said to me, you should be very excited about January. And
All right.
he said that to me several times. So I'm taking that to mean that there's a really good chance that the new iteration of DC Toys is going to be 1/12 scale and is going to have comparable articulation to all the toys that we
Well,
love
I
right now.
think we knew it was 1/12 scale.
I think we hoped it would be 1/12 scale.
Well, yeah. Because what are McFarlane's? McFarlane's are technically
1/10, I think.
1/10. Yeah.
Yeah, something
Because
like that.
they're
So
taking over that scale window with the license, and it ends. So that would mean their Toy Fair is what they're targeting for their reveal.
Yeah, I think there's some legalities that were preventing them from talking about it this year or right now, because I think McFarlane's gonna play out the rest of the year
They
with
are
the
definitely
license.
riding out.
They
They're
are
like,
writing it
after
out.
Batman, we're cranking this thing out.
Yeah, I know they got a lot of stuff coming. But another weird piece of news, I don't know if you heard, but Mattel also secured the Ninja Turtles, and all the other
Never
companies.
stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. They don't get to finish lines. They don't get to finish sets. There's all the
That
companies,
thing got crazy.
that were making Ninja Turtles. They are done. They are done making them. It's just they want to desaturate the market. So I'm really excited at the idea that Mattel is going to have the same people in charge of the Ninja Turtles and the DC license. We could get some scale. We could get a scale renaissance here, man. We could get like all the characters in the same scale and let Invincible take all the abuse from all of them. Like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, that's all I got for Comic Con.
Well, there's your scoop. Let's talk about some of the news that dropped at the
Go for it.
con. All right, this news is in no particular order, but we'll start off with the end of the Marvel Studios Hall H panel. We got three big things. Uh, A, no surprise, they're making a third Black Panther movie.
I think Denzel
The other,
spoiled that like 2 years ago, right?
yeah, no Denzel news. That was kind of like
Mm.
oh, I guess they're not ready for that yet. But the second bit of news on that was, and it's unclear exactly what he meant, but when Ryan Coogler came out and announced that movie, he stated that it's going to be shot on this. And the this he was referring to, he was holding a strip of 70 millimeter film.
Yes,
Um, that would be incredible.
he's he's
If
got
anyone
he's
can do it,
gotten he's gotten pretty addicted to
he's
film.
gotten cozy with the IMAX people.
Yeah,
Um, and then last bit of news, it's David Johnson will be the next Black Panther.
the next
Um,
T'Challa. Yep.
yep, the next, or I guess the new T'Challa.
Have you
Again,
seen the side by side, the split screen picture of his face next to Chadwick Boseman's?
they do look very similar.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you put their faces next to each other. Uh,
Um, I will say he is like, I think Letitia Wright is taller than he is.
yeah, yeah.
He is a
He's a short. He's a
short
short guy.
king.
Yeah,
But
obviously the split screen manipulates their faces to line up correctly and in the same scale. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it is
I'm happy
crazy.
with this. I liked him in Aliens. I liked it. Did you watch The Long Walk? He's great in
I
that.
did. I actually watched The Long Walk last Tuesday, but the day before Comic Con. Just randomly, I just felt like I was putting it on while I was working on stuff, and he steals the show. He is amazing in that movie. So that was really cool to see him already getting these flowers. I'm excited. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna be. I think he's gonna be great.
I'm excited. I think it's also, this is to me the secret sauce of the MCU in terms of, you got Ryan Coogler, who is at an all-time high coming off of Sinners, Academy Awards, um, and his next project is going to be another Black Panther movie.
Yeah,
There's a world where that relationship is strong enough where he can do his own side quests and still be ready to go right back into
yeah.
the MCU machine.
I think the most successful people like that have collaborated with Marvel have figured out that recipe. Do one for Marvel, do one for themselves. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they've done really well at it. Like Tom Hiddleston has done well at it. Chris Evans has done well at it. Chris Hemsworth has done well at it. Mark Ruffalo continues to like,
RDJ got an
yeah,
Oscar, came back.
exactly. Tom Holland does it too. You know what I mean? Like they're all like, it's no longer like you like just a quick tangent. Back in the day, poor Christopher Reeve had the worst time ever getting work outside of Superman
Mhm.
because they said he's Superman. Like, he's too recognizable as Superman. We can't have you in other movies. And that sucks because that was like a classically trained actor who was not able to utilize his talents because there was this weird notion of typecasting. And I think we've come fully in 180 now.
Oh yeah, we're in a world where Denzel Washington is asking to be in a
exactly.
Black Panther movie.
And I think that's awesome, you know. So I'm super happy that Ryan Coogler could continue to do this thing until the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Like there's no downside because his Black Panther movies are freaking awesome too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like in addition to the movies he makes outside of it. So, and he gets to meet more awesome actors to pull. You know, like that was the funniest thing watching like the Odyssey last week was like, geez, look at all the actors that Chris Nolan has collected. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's just so that's Ryan Coogler has that ability to do that because of Marvel. Marvel opens doors for these people, so it's pretty awesome. What's your next news?
We'll stay in Hall H at the Marvel panel. We got a Ghost Rider movie coming out.
We do.
Ghost Rider will be coming out in 2028, directed by Sean Levy, the Deadpool Wolverine director, starring Ryan Gosling.
They willed it into existence.
They made it happen. Ava Mendez's Ghost Rider's Ava Mendez, his husband, is now the new Ghost Rider. She fulfilled her prophecy.
That's pretty funny. I forgot about that connection. That's pretty funny.
It's exciting. I'm excited for Ghost Rider. I think the world's ready for a new Ghost Rider, especially coming after a Masters of the Universe movie where we got a pretty expressive talking skull. I think the technology's there to give another skull-based character a shot. That being said,
I will say that in the comics, I wouldn't characterize his face as the most expressive. I think that's a uniquely Skeletor thing in the cartoon. You know what I mean?
Mouth open, mouth closed.
Yes, yeah, but it's you know, Ghost Rider is more of a horror character. Skeletor is like a comedy type thing. So, but yes, I think they can make it. I have no doubt they could easily make Ghost Rider look good. I do question whether or not we need another Johnny Blaze right now. I kind of, my fingers crossed that he's playing Danny Ketch. Danny Ketch, sorry.
The 90s Ghost Rider, I guess you would
90s Ghost Rider with the spikes and the crazy chain. Like basically all the cool things that you like about Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze actually stole those from the 90s.
He's Johnny Blaze's half brother, right?
I don't know that they're related.
Not related.
I don't think they're related, but he's the secondary, like, you know, I'm not saying
he is the second Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Technically, in the comics, he's the second one, but really, we find out, you know, through the lore, there's been tons of them in the past, like this. Spirit, the Phantom Rider or whatever, like that, you know, stuff like that. But yes, I'm excited. I've never seen a Ryan Gosling movie that I disliked, so let's go, let's do it.
I think this axes any chance of a Blade movie coming out soon, unfortunately.
I know. But now the question is, will Sacha Baron Cohen be making an appearance?
You have to, right? Well,
you kind of have to.
Look, I don't think you have to. I think you can.
He could take a different appearance.
No, I wouldn't mind if they Red Skull it and they just show him in his true form. And it's not played by Sacha Baron Cohen. You know what I mean?
Just get Ross Marquand to do it also.
Just get a.
You know that's what Ross Marquand does for all of Marvel, right? Like
he does.
Ross Marquand is the sound alike for everything. He is the Ross Marquand played the Red Skull in Infinity War.
Paint a dude red, and I'm happy with that.
And just so you know, in case you didn't know, Ross Marquand also plays pretty much every character in X-Men 97 whose voice actor is dead. So he plays Apocalypse. He plays Professor X. I'm trying to remember other characters he plays. Yes. Ross Marquand is that guy for Marvel and Disney. He just I wouldn't mind it. I bet he could sound like Sacha Baron Cohen and do it. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look like Sasha. It could just look like the real Mephisto, the reflection in the spoon, right? The thing we saw for like a second. Yeah. But so Mephisto, we need to see Mephisto, is what we're saying.
Yeah, I think Mephisto needs to be in there. Moving on to toys. Moving on to toys.
We got so many toys.
We got so many toys. We'll run through them. I will say this in general. I did. So the Marvel panel was on Saturday night, and they showed a bunch of cool Doomsday stuff. I will say the trailer that they showed is a much better trailer than what came out.
Good.
Specifically because it's all about the Reed and Doom relationship.
Good.
Which I think that whole story should be, but I don't know why that's not the selling point. But nonetheless, I did appreciate that every toy vendor there had kind of a little sign that said, "Come back Sunday," and everyone kind of knew what it meant.
Yeah.
But it brought some life into a day that normally is kind of just like the.
Yeah, you had to go check out a lot of booths all over again on Sunday.
It gave a good reason to do another lap.
I saw the Hasbro guys playing with this thing, and I was like, "Yo, does that thing have boots?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." And I was like, "Oh, it killed me that the old one didn't." He's like, they only gave us the most bare, basic concept art when we were making those toys.
This one has a shirt.
Yeah, so he's screen accurate, right?
Yeah, he has a shirt.
Because he's not shirtless in the movie, is he? I don't remember.
For like one scene when he's doing the boat.
The boat?
He's pulling a boat in one of the scenes.
Oh, okay. But you know what I mean. Like he's dressed fully clothed. Like
he's clothed for most of it. This one you get a new head sculpt. He's fully
and
clothed.
And the beard.
So you get some longevity out of both your things now.
So I'm happy that I never paid $80 in the aftermarket for the old thing. He's gonna drop in price.
You're also getting a new Mr. Fantastic with the Herbie. Parts. I hate that they're calling this a 2-pack because the second piece is a Herbie.
I mean, Mattel's calling that a 3-pack with the dog. So
that's true. It is a nice Herbie though.
It is a nice Herbie. I like the Pedro. It's good looking. It looks good.
Yeah, I like the jacket's growing on me.
The jacket's cool. I like the jacket. Yeah.
We're also getting another 2-pack, or a 2-pack of Johnny Blaze with the jacket and Sue Storm with the jacket. The half on, half off look.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool look. I like them. I like the jackets.
What else? Out of order, but we're getting a WandaVision. Not WandaVision. A 90s Avengers Vision and Wanda Maximoff. You get Vision with this ridiculous cape.
You know what's so funny? Go back to the headline. That cracks me up. WandaVision fans are going to freak for these new Marvel Legends.
Are you freaking for these Marvel Legends figures?
I couldn't be less freaking.
Less freak?
This, here's what I've seen a lot of cool, funny ass videos this week in response to this 2-pack. The consensus is that Scarlet Witch is carrying that 2-pack because that Vision is an abomination in the same week that people are receiving the Maximum Series Thor in the mail. They gave us that piece of shit Vision cape. Do you know how hard it's going to be to make him stand? He's not going to stand.
Well, he's supposed to do one pose.
Dude, that's not what an action figure is for. You know that, right? You're just being.
Look, I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree with it, but
yeah.
But
McFarlane
did something similar with that crazy ass Nightfall Batman. But to McFarlane's credit, they gave you 2 capes. One to do the stupid pose from the cover.
Thank you. And
another to do the normal pose.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That Vision sucks. That is one of the that's offensive because we have to buy the Vision to get the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good Scarlet
You're
Witch.
gonna
I'm not.
buy it
What?
anyways.
I mean,
You're gonna
that's
buy it anyways.
yeah. I know I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna be pissed. I'm allowed to be pissed. Look, I know what I do. I
Continuing
collect
on.
things that I shouldn't collect. He's all
Look,
right. He's all right.
the belts are, they got the wrong belt.
They got the wrong belt.
The belt is different. The belt is different in the newest iteration of Doom.
Uh-oh.
He has like a more of a square buckle.
Uh-oh.
This is concept art, so
Yeah. There you
FYI,
go.
don't buy this.
Also, plastic cape. It's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Plastic cape. Well,
Yeah.
they did talk about in their panel that they're open to more soft good cape stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it's a cop out if you're only doing soft good capes in the Maximum series line. Especially when you end up announcing the next figure in their series is Black Suit Spider-Man. Like, what are we doing? The fifth character in the wave is the first character in the wave? Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. Thor looks like a lot of reuse. Sam
Captain
looks like
America.
a lot of reuse.
The Gambit looks good.
Cyclops looked all right too. Gambit looks good. That cape man killing me. Or I mean the trench coat.
I think the Shang-Chi looks really good.
The Shang-Chi is cool except for the pins. He is a lot of reuse. The internet community is very upset that this Magneto is using Red Skull's legs. It's just reuse on the legs,
I did see that, yeah.
But cloth cape. Yeah. You know, I realize the thing that I'm most excited for about this movie is the potential that it's going to have my two favorite villains in one movie. Ian McKellen, I hope he really brings a presence to that movie because that should
he
be
makes it to the premiere.
Oh man,
I hope they both make it to the premiere.
What are you doing? What are you doing, jinxing this?
I hope they both make it to Secret Wars next year.
You're showing off more toys. Let's keep going. Let's go.
All right.
Marvel is doing more Magic the Gathering shameless tie-ins. Just an excuse to charge you $50 for a toy you want. Sorry, 35, 40. I don't remember.
Do you want this toy? Do you want this cap? This
I like it. I take any version of a new version of a character. I'll always take it. I like it.
This Black Panther is
sick. It's sick.
With the blue shading and the glove, and he also comes with a half head.
This is probably the second best figure they revealed the whole panel.
What was the best?
You haven't gotten to it yet.
You got this freaky looking Smiley Storm.
She's all right.
Why did she turn evil?
Something with her mind. Like she just snapped. She cracked. She cracked. It's the same powers, but like used differently. Yeah, she just goes super evil and super slutty. I'm shaming her.
I got this great looking Doom. Speaking of Doom with the cool belt,
he's cool. It's Doom 2099.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sucks that you got to pay the markup with the card just to get this toy. Plastic cape.
But the cape has the proper curvature.
Yes,
it goes up.
It flares up. Yes,
mm-hmm.
For sure.
Use your favorite Maximum Spider-Man with the goo tube.
Is it me or does the head look big on him?
A little big.
Yeah, right.
I will say this was disappointing to see this.
It was, right? It wasn't like this line. Like, have you gotten your Thor yet? Did you get the Thor?
I didn't buy a Thor now.
Dude, the Thor might be the best toy in the whole line.
I saw the Thor. He looked good. I don't want to knock this Spider-Man. It's a good looking Spider-Man because the other Spider-Man was great. But it is a weird choice to like. To me, this would be like you don't do fanfare for this release. You're like, okay, we're also doing this one.
Yeah, I think the thing that's different is the Thor is a huge marked improvement over any Thor figure we've ever gotten from them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact same Spider-Man that we've already gotten before, minus the web lines.
You got some new webs, some new accessories. That's really it.
It's just the black suit, and I get it. If you love the black suit, you should have the same quality of figure that you have with the other one. I just don't know that this is necessarily the maximum version of it. Mole Man pre-order was today.
With Moloids,
How
many Mole Men did you get?
2.
How many?
I see 4 heads. I needed 2.
The different Mole Man heads are cool because they're all different takes on that character.
They are. Well, I meant the Moloids have different heads too.
That's the Moloids have different. Yeah.
Yeah.
A next wave style Elsa Bloodstone.
I'm pretty sure I already have this toy. I'm just saying. It doesn't even have
a pinless female body though.
Is it?
She's pinless, yeah.
She's single jointed elbows, is what she is.
I mean, how freaky are you getting with those poses?
Hey, man. Freaky as hell. I don't know. This figure is a meh for me. It looks okay. I already have a toy that looks like that.
Captain America.
I will say this. I freaking hate Alex Ross. I really do. It's a known thing on this show. This is a fantastic figure. It's a fantastic figure. And now give me Jim Lee X-Men. If you're going to do artist-inspired stuff, now go all the way. Just do the Jim Lee X-Men. Do it. Give it to me. I want it. But no, I think it's a fantastic figure. I still think the Black Panther's better, but this is a really cool figure. It's cool. This is just a fun-ass figure. I couldn't tell you anything about this.
The Micronaut?
It's cool. It's cool looking, right? I love the shininess. It reminds me of the Mega Man toys that Jada does.
I like the sheen. That's a nice.
Yeah, the sheen is nice, right? Yeah. This is interesting.
We got some Player 2 variants of the Marvel vs. Capcom toys.
I texted you a very douchey text the day we were reviewing that, like afterwards. I don't know if you remember what I said, but I basically was talking about how this is a weird time that we're seeing with the Marvel Legends line because we don't normally do colorways in the same sense that, like shoes or other pop art does, right? But Jada's been doing it for a while. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But like what I said to you is like the adoption of straight colorways into the line this deep is fascinating. On the one hand, it's acknowledging that their work is art. On the other hand, it's being used to level up capitalism. The floodgates are open now. We are officially allowing them to make recolored versions of any toy they've ever made. Not even that, it doesn't even have to be a comic accurate suit anymore. It just has to be cool new colors, and we'll probably buy it. And that's kind of scary.
That's you just gotta don't buy it.
I know. But I'm saying enough people will is what I'm saying.
We got a modular Iron Man and Spiral. They did make it a point to say that the Iron Man is new. He's a little bit.
Supposedly he's about 10% scaled up. The Spiral is not new, and that's okay because the Spiral is still one of the best female figures that's ever been made in the line. So a lot of people have a hard time getting this toy. I like that it's got the MVC colorway on it, and it'll look really great with the Jada toys too. So I think it's awesome. I think it's so cool that they're continuing this because what did I tell you before we did this panel, right? What do I need to be happy? And I said I wanted to see more MVC toys. I got it.
Selling my I had an extra modular Iron Man with the proton cannon.
Oh really?
That guy would have went up with this guy.
Yeah, I got my proton cannon ready to go. So that's really cool.
A pink Shumagora Gargantos.
Yeah. Now I'm not saying I'm necessarily going to buy these player 2s, but right there, Ricky, is the best figure they showed off of the whole day.
The next, what are these called? Pre-order?
It's a made to order.
Made to order. The next made to order figure is a Marvel vs. Capcom style Sentinel.
And the important thing to note is Dan, for the first time in that panel, had no problem saying Marvel vs. Capcom. Like they've always danced around it the last couple of years, but like now they're willing to say it, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So what does that mean
This
for the
is
legality of stuff?
the third or fourth made to order figure.
Dragon Man, Apocalypse,
Third.
Mephisto.
Okay, fourth.
Yeah, I think it's fourth.
How are you liking the made to order?
I like it because I just get the thing I want.
Okay. Better than a HasLab?
Oh, fifth, Ricky.
What's the other one?
The other Sentinel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The
97 X-Men
97
97
Sentinels.
Yeah. So two of the made to orders have been from X-Men 97, and that's the strength of that line. And they did say in the panel, we are gonna make X-Men 97 toys forever. They did say that, by the way. So cool. But I'm so happy that they're continuing to feed into this, X-Men Marvel vs. Capcom thing. It's so cool. This is their tease. You really wanted to show this. I don't want to speculate. What is it? A neck? It's a Mr. Fantastic neck, right?
You tell me.
It probably is.
Anywho, a lot of toys.
I didn't think you were gonna go. I didn't think you were gonna go hard on it, by the way. So
I didn't think it was the best. I mean, I felt like they had the cards. It felt like they were a little reserved given the Doomsday news was going to happen on Sunday.
Yeah, but I also care less and less about MCU figures the longer I get into this line. I do think the sculpts are good, but I do get tired of the vanilla faces on them. Did you see the face on that Professor X that I showed you earlier?
Great.
Like, it's super cool, man. And like, I wish we had more animated faces with actors, the actors' faces, but they're not allowed to, so it's kind of silly.
Oh, what they're not. Oh, he's got to get permission.
Yeah, exactly.
I see a world where we get a Maxim MCU Iron Man with proper faces. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I would rather get a Maximum Iron Man before that, just a regular comic book.
Yeah.
One,
yeah.
But
we'll talk about X-Men?
Yeah, let's do it.
X-Men 97.
I know you're sick, and I don't want to steal you for too much longer, but I will say this. The last two episodes have been increasingly better. I think can we agree that the Wolverine episode was the worst of the season?
I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate that episode.
I didn't say I hated it. I just said it was the worst of the season.
Objective? No, I think the one after it was.
You think Danger.exe was worse than the Wolverine one?
I think Danger is a dumbass villain.
I think Danger is a dumbass villain, but I think that was an excellent episode for Polaris, who has become integrated into the team. Mm-hmm. And we got to learn a lot about Polaris. We got to see her do some badass
stuff. Magneto, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
She's Magneto's daughter, and
mm-hmm. she's the third child of Magneto. So I need to clarify something. When I say that, I'm respecting the lore of X-Men cartoon and that universe, mm-hmm. because at the time in the 90s, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Polaris were all known to be his children. They have mm-hmm. since retconned at least two of those to not necessarily be his children. But in this universe, I think we're still respecting that that's the way it was. At a minimum, we're definitely acknowledging that Polaris is his daughter. But I thought her character arc in the last two episodes was super cool. And I also really like that they seem to be pushing a Polaris Bishop romance. They got some really good team ups in both episodes, and they got put in some very compromising positions that makes me think like there's some flirting going on. And I thought that was really cool. But yes, Danger is a dumb villain, but Danger is a villain from the comics, and Danger is exactly what I said a couple weeks ago, that all this Shi'ar technology that Hank put into the Danger Room and Cerebro and the Blackbird, all that shit was going to bite them in the ass eventually. And it did. So I appreciate Danger for that purpose, right? Is that Danger is the same. Like, I think it's so funny how often X-Men has to be reminded of the folly of trusting technology too much, right? Like, it's they have all the parables happen in their stories, but yes, Danger is the product of Shi'ar technology integrated with this super sophisticated training program that uses Cerebro technology to read and understand the people that are using it to train. And one day it just adapts and decides, you know what? I'm done being a room. I want to be an actual person, and I want to help push Professor X to the limits that he needs to get to, because he was trying to use it as therapy for Magneto, right? Like, I also thought it was funny when he's replaying the Magneto scene over and over again. I'm like, oh, so you're not going to include the part where you talk mad shit about Apocalypse's mom? And I was like, that's very convenient, Charles, that you're leaving that part of it out. Okay. And then you're just like skip forward to the part where only a coward would relish
It
in
is pretty telling.
stomping him. It is, right? I'm like, oh, so it's not an accurate recreation of the scene. Okay, Charles, got it. But I did appreciate that, some interesting things came out of that episode. One, like I said before, freaking guns on the Professor X chair. Also, that little thing he did where he ejected out of the chair. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah, he pulls like an Iron Man and dips out.
He did. Yes. You're not going to convince me that this episode was worse than the Wolverine one. Like, there was some high stakes wheelchair action in this episode with Ricky. Okay, come on, man. That was cool.
I didn't take into account your bias.
My bias is huge on this one. Okay. Professor X was kicking some ass in that episode, and that was pretty fun to watch.
I will say it was neat to see him be just as capable out of that chair.
Thank you.
Yes. And he's not even phased by not being in that chair, and you get that as I don't want to misspeak, but
and they all say it too when they because they're trying to get to him, and they're like, I think Danger may have underestimated her enemy, right? Like, they all know how badass Professor X is.
Like, there's some neat subtext about like not needing the chair in that
and don't underestimate a disabled person too, right? Like, I'm gonna win you over on this episode, Ricky. I'm gonna do it. I think the other cool thing about it was that, like, the whole point of the episode, besides like for both Professor X and Polaris, is them coming to terms with accepting, Magneto's death, and also trying to find a way to honor it, right? And cherish what they can of Magneto. And so the whole episode, Professor X is struggling to remember any parts of Magneto. But when it comes down to the climax of the episode, he believes that Polaris is the only person that can stop Danger, because he knows what she's capable of, because he knows what Magneto's capable of. And she's like, I've never done the things he does. And he says, don't worry, I'll help you with my memories of him, And so it's like a triple team, like, right? Because like, they're like, what about if it spills over? And Bishop's like, I got you, I'll absorb it all, right? So the three of them together create this awesome, the two of them create this awesome circumstance for Polaris to just unleash like she's never done before, just to see, what she can accomplish. But they're supporting her, and I think it's really cool that these two men are helping this woman be the most badass person on the team in that moment, because Jean's not there and Storm's not there. But I think it's cool that they leveled up and they got a third badass woman. Like, let's be honest, like the women are always the most badass on the X-Men, and they just got another one, so it's pretty cool. It makes me be less sad that Magneto's gone, but I also don't believe Magneto's gone because it's a time travel show and whatever. But yeah, that's all I got to say about Danger, other than they introduced the costumes from Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely run of
I do like those jackets.
New X-Men. Oh, okay. Well, we can move on. I hate those outfits. I hate them so bad. And I will say this before we move on, because those outfits continue into the next episode. Why is Rogue rocking sleeveless? That is completely unsafe. That's so unsafe. She could bump into somebody in an elevator and put them in a coma.
I'm not gonna tell women how they should dress. It's not a hill I want to die on.
Fine.
I think for me, I just can't get over how dumb Danger is as a character.
Yeah, but the outcome of the episode is Professor X decides to honor Magneto's memory by setting up shop. X Corp is now located in the remains of Genosha. And Valerie Cooper is quite upset because she's like, if you think you're gonna circumvent U.S. law, you got another thing coming. Fast forward to the next episode, and they circumvent U.S. law after Magneto's acolytes, led by Exodus, kidnap Graydon Creed, who has appeared before in the old animated series. He is running for president because he's tired of these damn muties running roughshod all over the country, and he wants to make a change, and he's got a whole lot of make America human again kind of people there. I'm just gonna, just putting that out there. And so, Exodus and his crew of acolytes, which, by the way, have previously appeared on the old show in a two-part episode called Sanctuary, where Magneto creates Asteroid M as a haven for all mutants to go and live. There's a recurring theme in X-Men, by the way, is that they're constantly looking for a haven for mutants to live, and Magneto's usually at the heart of that. So, I mean, like that was the promise of Genosha. That was the promise of the school, the X-Men's, school for gifted children. That was the promise of Asteroid M, and now it was the promise of their little secret base in the Savage Land, which is where they're hiding out to honor Magneto. They plan to kill Graydon Creed, which is pretty bold to kill the guy that's running for president. But Nightcrawler's got a hard on for redeeming this guy because he's remembering that Graydon Creed is actually him and Rogue's half brother, which was also an episode. What's that?
Mystique's.
No, it's Nightcrawler and Rogue's half brother, Graydon Creed. Mystique is the mother of all three.
Wait. Nightcrawler is related to Rogue?
Did you miss that through the whole episode and the previous episodes last season too?
Yeah.
And
okay. No, I didn't. Wait.
You didn't catch that in both seasons. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, we can rewind for a second. That is one of the selling points for why Nightcrawler joined the X-Men last season, is he wants to spend more time with his sister, his half sister.
Okay.
Yes. But he talks about it extensively in this episode about he's thankful that he got the chance to bond with his sister when they could have been angry at each other for a numerous number of reasons. But he's the one convincing the X-Men they have to go and save Graydon Creed because everybody deserves a chance at redemption, right? And so they go there, and they're welcomed by the inhibitor field that Mr. Sinister used way back in the day to do his crazy experiments uninterrupted on the Savage Land. So as soon as they enter the radius of the field, all mutants not wearing a special device lose their powers. And I thought it was really funny because the field hit them in in such a way, excuse me, that Bishop absorbed a bunch of power, which is part of his power, but before he could release it, his power's turned off. So he's just got like blue balls the entire episode. He's like, I need to pop. I need to pop. I need to pop. And like him and Polaris are teamed up yet again. They run from dinosaurs. You know, they're on their own, looking out for each other, having some cute moments. It's like a meet cute for those two. But meanwhile, Nightcrawler is greeted by Colossus, who got the introductory scene in this episode, right? Where we got to see an extra moment that happened at the massacre of Genosha. We got to see Magic die. And I'm going to tell you, like, the one thing, I love this show so much, but the one thing this show is doing for me is making it hard for me to accept death. Because you're going to tell me that a character that can teleport at whim is going to just stand there and take a tri-sentinel blast? Like, okay, fine. So we see Magic die, and we see Colossus mourn her. And so now fast forward to the Acolytes. Colossus is their purest, sweetest member of the team. He believes what they're doing honors the memory of Magneto. And when Nightcrawler gets there, he's greeted by friendly arms by Colossus. And they both, for me, those two are the sweetest characters that have ever existed in the X-Men comics. And so I love that the center of the debate about whether Graydon Creed is redeemable lies solely on those two characters. I think that's a really powerful thing to do.
I did like the whole trial and the arguments that he raised. It put like a nice, for a show that Dancer. The show often deals with like themes that can be interpreted, right? Like it doesn't say the quiet part out loud, but I kind of appreciate this episode for doing the opposite and like laying out like a academic argument, right?
Yeah.
That can then be seen as like an analogy for other things, but it really spelled out like
it's also a moral argument too, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a really beautiful scene that is, I think, full disclosure, I always try to watch the show twice before I come talk with you, with the exception of the Wolverine episode. I only watched that 1.5 times. Maybe that's why I'm saltier on it than the rest of them. But when you texted me today to say you're down to do the show tonight because we skipped it yesterday, I was like, oh, okay, I just got done watching it this morning, but what the hell? I'll watch it again. And I think that the funniest thing about it is the thing that pissed me off the most the first time I watched it was the thing I loved the most the second time I watched it, is that when they ask Colossus for his verdict, before he can even say it, Exodus interrupts it and says, F this, I'm the villain of this story right now, and I believe this guy needs to die. I don't care what your verdict is. And then cue the cool action sequence, where they all get free, they all have their powers, and Nightcrawler and Exodus are doing the most badass teleporting sword fight you've ever seen in a cartoon. And it's really cool. Like, and it ultimately ends in Graydon killing Exodus. So he's a one-shot, a one-off. I think it's funny how many X-Men villains they're squeezing into single episodes of this show, right? Because Danger is a one and done, and now Exodus is a one and done. But when it's done, when the dust is settled and Nightcrawler passes his judgment on Graydon and decides that it's not for him to judge, right? It's for God to decide, and so he leaves him out there to fend for himself in Antarctica. X Factor picks him up, and they go home. And when the plane lands, and they now have collected another member, right? Colossus has now joined the team. I'm so stoked about that because we are getting closer and closer to collecting all the X-Men from Jim Lee's X-Men #1. They have a talk, Nightcrawler and him. He's like, hey, I know you have a question for me. And he's like, yeah, what was your verdict going to be? And he's like, you know what? Honestly, you didn't win me over, but your argument, it would have won Ileana over. And I think that's a really powerful thing to know that, like, even after all that, Colossus still didn't think that Great Man's worth saving.
That was a really nice like point that this issue, or on how divisive a world they live in.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gotten to that point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have a weird, fun question for you because I was thinking about it. Because, like, I find Nightcrawler and Daredevil to be fascinating characters because they do all of the amazing things they do, but they are still incredibly religious characters. And you very rarely see that done well in comics, but those two are like the exceptions. I think their Christianity or the Catholicism, whatever you want to call it, like, is integral to their character, right? But it also creates a lot of their own internal struggles, right? And I was just kind of curious, like, would you want to be friends with them in real life? Or would they be too much for you? It doesn't have to be a weird thing. I'm just saying, like, I will say this to help ease your answer. I think growing up with those two characters, like growing up meaning, you know, I knew Nightcrawler when I was a kid, and I knew Daredevil in my late 20s. I think those two characters helped me be more tolerant of people that think differently than I do. And they make me not want to cast them aside instantly. You know what I mean? Because I do believe that you can still have a differing ideology or philosophy on the afterlife and all these things, and still be a decent human being. You know, like all the way. But you know, I am always hesitant when, you know, you're bringing it up too much in conversation. For me, Nightcrawler brings it up all the time. I don't know that I can hang with that guy. Daredevil is a little bit more. He keeps it close to the chest, right? I'm just curious. Did that smooth that over for you?
No.
You're all no.
I think the tolerance they both show in their respective media, I think is a bright sign. You know, I think you can throw like the Thing in there, right? Or who else can we throw in that?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot the Thing.
Thing's pretty religious.
He is.
He's up there.
I would be friends with the Thing, you know.
Yeah.
The Thing is a cool dude.
But I think it would be. I'll give this a cop out. I think there's good stories to be had where they're challenged with that, right? Where maybe Nightcrawler has to make some decisions that he just fundamentally doesn't agree with.
Yeah.
Or work with people he may not agree with. Likewise, Daredevil. Yeah. You know, it would be cool if they had a Mephisto in this show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so to let you off the hook of the funny question, which I do appreciate you entertaining my question, because I was very excited to take that kind of topic and marvelize it. You know what I mean? But I will say this: I have never been disappointed by a Nightcrawler episode of X-Men or a Nightcrawler story in the comics, and because he makes me think a lot of things. You know, like he makes me feel a lot of things, makes me think a lot of things, and yeah, this episode's no exception. I think this was an excellent episode, the 7th one. I think it was called the Savage Land, Savage Heart. It pulls from a lot of episodes of the old show and just mashes them together in this really beautiful way. R.I.P. Exodus. I am excited to finally get an Exodus toy though, because that has to happen. By the way, that guy's from the Crusades, just so you know. He's super old, 12th century.
Well, track, it's kind of in vogue back then.
Yeah, right.
Kind of in the name.
He looks very holy, right? Like, doesn't he? Like with the weird piece he has on his back.
He has a pretty divine look.
Yeah, he's going for that. It's a vibe he's cultivated over thousands of years for sure. But yeah, he's a classic character in the X-Men story. So it's really cool that he got to show up. I'm a little bummed that he just got a hole blown through his heart. I never like to see these characters die so fast, but who knows? And then the show wouldn't be complete.
I appreciate the conviction that they have with these characters.
Yeah, for sure. And then the show ends with a nice little tease of next episode. The X-Force uncovers Apocalypse's lair, and Apocalypse looks pretty freaking dead, right?
Yeah. What do you think he transferred his body into Gambit's, or is he?
I don't know. Actually, I hadn't considered that. I like that idea. I like that.
That's an Apocalypse thing, right? He changes bodies, right? Or no?
I mean, well, I think they implied that right in the first episodes of the season, is that his plan was to use Cable's body, right?
Yeah.
Like he was going to take Cable's body to transcend or whatever. So yeah, you could be right. It could be that he's in Gambit, or I think the other implication is Gambit. He bit off more than he could chew by resin Gambit. Who knows? Like,
what is the Gambit revive a story from the comics? Or is kind of all new territory?
Gambit is an angel of death. Yes, that is from the comics. He has been an angel of death.
So, but that's its own thing, not tied to Apocalypse technically, or is it?
No, it's definitely tied to Apocalypse.
Okay,
anytime there's an angel of death, it's Apocalypse doing it. That's him doing it. So, yeah. I meant to say horseman of death.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant. I meant to say horseman. Yeah. Angel specifically is his angel of death, because it's huge. But yeah.
But him being a horseman is a thing.
Him being a horseman is a thing. Yes. In fact, throughout history, most of the X-Men have been a horseman at some point.
Oh, okay. Well.
Many of them have. So, but yeah, I love that episode, and I also really just love seeing the two episodes back to back, because I do think that they are trying to push a Polaris Bishop romance, and I think it's cool, because Bishop he needs to get some, man. He's too serious. He needs some love in his life. So
TVA needs to get his ass.
The TVA, yes. I will throw that out just because I know I watched the Hall H panel on YouTube the other day, and I love that Kevin Feige started by just reminding everybody, like, hey, we're halfway through this season of X-Men 97. Keep watching, because we're gonna keep doing it. Blah blah blah. There is a funny conversation to be had about the fact that X-Men 97 is in the MCU, because their time travel shenanigans completely defy the rules of time travel that Tony Stark established.
I mean, the X-Men whole, like, they painted themselves in a corner that I think they're very eagerly trying to get out of.
But
in terms of storytelling.
But there is something I wanted to point out before we end the show that I thought was really interesting. The Polaris story arc, right? With In Danger, when she comes back, she goes apeshit on that boat of strikers, like religious zealots that are going to try and kill mutants. And she gets fired from X Factor, right? And so she's decided, hey, I hear the school started back up again, so I'm going to go there. And she's really happy when she gets to the school to see that they never changed her room. Her room is still there. And I am thinking to myself, this is interesting, because in the entire time I have watched the cartoons and read the stories, I don't remember Polaris ever being an OG X-Men. And then she looks at the pictures, and there is a picture frame of the original X-Men, and she is, for lack of a better term, photoshopped into that shot. You and I know, you're, even with not reading as many X-Men comics as I have, you know she's not an OG X-Men, right?
Yeah, it's Iceman,
It's
Cyclops, Jane, Beast, and Angel.
yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. That picture has been shown in the old show too,
Before.
without Polaris in it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but wonder. I don't think this is a mistake. I can't help but wonder if their time travel shenanigans are playing with their history.
It would be
And
interesting. It would be a neat swing to see, like, there's a TVA storyline or angle
yes,
that I would be very interested in seeing.
I was trying to cue you up for that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is I think there's a strong argument to be made for incorporating the TVA into a later season of this show, because
Especially as we potentially might get an X-Men in a Spider-Man movie coming out very soon. So
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but I do think it's kind of cool, like that they're like. I prefer to think of it as the time travel rather than Bo DeMaio just retconning the universe. You know what I mean? Because I don't. Because if Bo DeMaio's shown me zero evidence that he would ever tamper with the universe, I feel like he has so much reverence for the old show, and it's evident in every single episode. I don't think it's a mistake that Polaris is suddenly an OG member of the X-Men when she never was before. So pretty cool, pretty interesting.
pretty
Time travel enough, you're gonna mess things up.
Yep. Pretty interesting indeed. I think we'll wrap it up there. This all works out, ladies and gentlemen, because next week we'll be back where we don't have to talk about this week's X-Men 97.
Yeah.
But we do get to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, which will
and
be
all
coming
the
out
X-Men that are in that one.
And all, well, if there's X-Men in that movie, that'd be crazy. If there's a X-Man
or woman,
I don't know. I don't think what's singular of X-Men. X-Men.
I guess. Yeah. Sure.
If there's an X person in that movie,
there you go. There you go.
I'm excited. Like we did see a clip at Comic-Con of that movie of the whole Punisher fight, and my God, the 5 minutes that I had witnessed of the three of them fighting was probably some of the neatest. Like, holy shit, we were watching the Hulk Spider-Man Punisher fight on screen.
That's cool, man.
It was beautiful.
I'm excited.
So I can't wait to see that whole scene and see what's next for the MCU.
I'm excited.
We'll talk about it next week, ladies and gentlemen. But until then, enough said. Until then.